My arm looks so wrong. Look at that. The light is such that it's like just the tattoo. But, oh, there's an elbow. Oh, fantastic. Here's an elbow. And there's the actual. I mean, it looked, oh my God. Okay. I want to share that with you. So something I just said in my last video that I loved and wanted to pull out and expound upon is that I think as soon as we stop suppressing ourselves, so suppressing rage, suppressing raw energy, that's when we become creators. That's when we allow ourselves and dare ourselves to be on edges in our world instead of right in the middle, safe and calm and everything. And I know that if, say, you are a person, a woman or a man that is watching this and is sort of interested in the concept of rage being a catalyst for creation, at some point you are bound to say, and I love you for saying this because I've thought about this so much, but you're bound to say, well, that's all very well, Jasper, but I have a family to mother or father. I have a household to run. I have a job to do, and I just can't be in my room and flip out and just go nuts. Or perhaps you're a teenager, and I certainly know that when I was going through all of that, that I felt a hell of a lot of rage, and I also felt like I couldn't really express it unless I was drunk, or the very, very few times that I got high. I'm not a huge proponent of that at all, but we can talk about that later. That actually, drugs irritate me no end. But perhaps in the case if you're a teenager, you'll say, I can't possibly flip the fuck out because I have parents and I have teachers and I have friends that may not even accept that. And you know what? You're probably right. I can't imagine many teachers in the world. There's going to be some really stellar ones that will stand in front of you and let you scream at them and gouge your eyes out with, like terrifying, brutal force of all the things that you're feeling. And wouldn't that be badass, teacher, if they did that? And I hear you. I hear you on that there's going to be very few spaces to be able to fully express in that way, which is partly why I'm doing this rage tour. I want to provide the space. I want people to see that they can be safe when they express themselves in that way. And then to address sort of the more housewife, in both cases, if you're an older woman that has a lot of responsibilities, and you don't feel like you can express rage, or if you're a teenager that has a lot of rage and responsibilities, to not flip out in front of authority figures or your friends, to that, sorry, that was long-winded, to that I say, you have to find a space. You have got to express all the rage that you have inside of you. You cannot live a complacent life. You cannot be suppressed for the rest of your life. You have to do this. Go out into the middle of the field, rip something to shreds. Like, instead of taking that old coat or shirt to Goodwill, rip it to shreds and like tie it on yourself and feel that burn between your hands as you rip it apart. Know that you can be destructive. I think it's so interesting how people run away from destruction as they do. It's so important to know that you can destroy things, and it's not like I'm not a proponent of people from around the world, let's destroy everything. I mean, that's kind of, I know there will be people out there like that. That's not my message. But instead, what my message is, is when you destroy something in yourself, something tangible like a shirt, in those fiery pits of self-discovery, that's when you understand your edges. That's when you can get to a place where you can create, because you know where the boundaries are. You're like, oh, I really can destroy things. If I can destroy things, I have the power to create things. And then you can funnel all of the rage and all of that energy into a creative space, but you can't even think about creating other things or yourself until you fully recognize all of yourself. And the reason why I focus so much on rage is because there's a hell of a lot of books out there that'll really get into your beauty and your kindness and your ability to be sweet and your strengths and all that kind of stuff. I want to talk about your weaknesses, about how much you want to fuck things up and destroy things, and basically be Kali, the goddess Kali. I don't know if you've heard, but you should look her up, Kali. She's the goddess of creation and destruction, and I resonate a lot with her message. So all of that to say, it is very, very important to express all of yourself, and because not a lot of people address this, that's what I'm doing. And it's going to go into the Rage Tour, which is 2011 in fall, which is a year away, and I've never done a tour before, but I feel so solid and so passionate about this, y'all, that I'm moving towards that, and we'll see if it happens, because, you know, it would be awesome to see. But yes, feedback, please, feedback. Okay, cool. Peace out.